Mr. Ambassador, thank you very, very much for having this opportunity to talk to me again. We have done this before, but then again, this time is really different. We are working on the petition for the recognition of the state of Palestine. We've been doing that for quite a while nowadays. But then again, it is different now. People are getting killed. 100 children starve to death every day. And I'm sick to my stomach to hear this. It's this atrocity going on in Gaza, also in West Bank. We have to do something. So that is why I decided to revitalize this campaign, collecting signatures, petition for the recognition of the state of Palestine. But I need to go back to the history of how we met, how I got involved. I think it's been 20 years since I met you.
Yes.
Because when you came to Japan, they had an office in Nakagacho. Yes. That was more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was over 20 years ago. Yes.
Right. And you put me on the map back in 2012. I was playing music with my band actually. And I personally wanted to go to the Middle East. That was actually, I was taking a look at the bright side because of the Arab Spring. Looking back, it wasn't so bright. But then again, at that time, I was very interested and curious. But, you put me on this program, Youth Festival. Yeah, in Palestine. You also recommended me to go to Israel, some different parts of Israel. And you booked me a gig at the Haifa University in Haifa, and also at the University of Hebrew, Jerusalem. So we actually played those two concerts in Israel as well, and got to know people of Israel. That was something to learn. But of course, what was more important was getting to the heart of Palestinian people. And that festival was wonderful. Yeah. And I came back and I said I needed to keep doing this. Keep going back. So I did. And 2013, I had the opportunity to meet the president, Abbas of PA. And I told him, we were talking when we met, I would create music for the people of Palestine. So that's what I did. 2014, I made an album dedicated to the people of Palestine. And I kept going back until 2019. Then COVID hit, and I had some personal issues. But now I'm back at it. I mean, I don't have any plan to go to Palestine, but right now I am totally dedicated to this campaign, recognition of the state of Palestine. I think it is really, really important. So please tell me how important it is and how it works, how you're going to deliver to the government of Japan. Please.
Well, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for your complete support for Palestine and the Palestinian issue. As you will know, in the past there was a belief that the Israelis wanted peace, and that's why we asked you to go to occupied Palestine, which is now Israel right now, is to give a message of music, which is music is a language of peace and language that everybody understands it, friends or foes. So I really thank you for all that you have done in the past. The importance of the Japanese signature right now, as you will know, that we have many Diet members that have signed a petition to the government of Japan to ask her to recognize the state of Palestine. We are also requesting and asking the NGOs, NPOs, and Japanese people to sign also a petition so their voices can be heard.
Right.
And we will present it to some Diet members that they can present it to the government of Japan. it's very vital and important. Why? Today, for the past 2 years, Palestine has been going through a genocide, an ethnic cleansing, a famine in Gaza. And the world is still watching without taking any forcible move to stop what's ongoing into Gaza and West Bank and East Jerusalem. Also, we add what's happening in the Jerusalem. Also, Israelis, illegal colonists and settlers are taking our land. And the Minister of Finance has announced that he's going to cut the state of Palestine into half with these illegal settlements without any word other than statements of condemning that from the international community without any really strong move, forcible move to stop it. And also in the West Bank, we have around 720 Israeli checkpoints, which is cutting the West Bank into small parts. So the Palestinians as a whole right now are suffering from the Israeli military occupation. But let's not forget what's Gaza for the past 2 years. 71% of Gaza has been completely destroyed. And every day, 1% is being destroyed completely. What they're doing is destroying the infrastructure, the homes, the buildings, and everything. And then they come and with their equipment and take everything and throw it in the sea. So parts of Gaza right now is flat, just like a desert. So their crime cannot be investigated in the future. Even the graves that have been there for hundreds of thousands of years have been digged out by these machines and thrown in the sea and taken out to the trash. So that's one. Second is the genocide. Today we're talking about between 200 and 250,000 to 300,000 Palestinians between dead, injured, missing, in jail today. That's around almost 10% of the population of Gaza. And the continuous of 24 hours, 7 days a week of Israeli attack on Gaza, especially on children, women, hospitals, schools, and also they force them to go from one side, from the north to the middle of Gaza, and then from the middle of Gaza to the south, and also attacking the tents, the camps, the refugee camps. So nobody is safe in Gaza, nobody. But this ongoing slaughter, ethnic cleansing, we have heard it from many statements from Israeli government officials, from the Prime Minister of Israel, that has been accused of a war crime, to Ben Gvir, which is the head of the internal security, that has said that we have to eliminate Gaza. And with many ministers and Knesset members and officials of Israelis and also supporters of Israel, even American senators or congressmen are saying, let's nuke Gaza. So, in all, we're going to say to the Japanese people, recognizing the state of Palestine will protect the land, first of all, and hopefully it will try to protect the people of Palestine. Palestine has to have its own state. The Israelis like it or they don't like it, because that's a fact on the ground. Palestinians today, with what they have been suffering, they could have left the land and went somewhere else, but they refused, because this is our land. In 1947-48, when the Israelis attacked the Palestinians and attacked the towns and committed massacres and ethnic cleansing, and that's in the history of Israel and the history of Palestine, it's in the books. All these refugees of 700,000 were promised to go back. Today, in 2025, those 700,000 are over 6 million refugees outside and not allowed to return. Yani, what gives an Israeli that comes from an ex-country that he's lived all his life to come to Palestine, take somebody's Palestinian home with the furniture, with the bank account, with everything, in the name of a biblical narrative, or that God is giving him this land? That narrative, of biblical narrative and religious narrative, is not acceptable.
Back in 2014, I created this placard. It says Netanyahu war criminal. That was 11 years ago. Because he came to talk to then Prime Minister Abe. We were talking about how the Japanese government sent some equipment, some part of the weapons, underneath the regulation. Of course, regulation is, the law is, we cannot ship any weapons to any other country. But then again,
you can show spare parts.
Right, the parts, yeah. So that's why I created this placard.
Exactly.
Saying Netanyahu war criminal. And now it's proved that he is one.
Well, he's been committing it since he came in office the first time. And don't forget that Gaza has been under attack since 2008, 2009, 2010, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 23, 24, 25. And Gaza has been going through this ethnic cleansing and genocide for a long time ago. And because people think that Israel is fighting terrorists, Israel is fighting Hamas. But today, there is proof that Israel is not fighting Hamas. It's fighting the Palestinian people.
Yeah, the people.
The people, the children, the women.
Awful.
So we call on our friends in Japan. Please sign the petition. Your voice is very important. Your voice should be loud. Your voice have an effect on your government to recognize the state of Palestine. The signatures of the Japanese people will stay in Japan. We will, after we collect all of them, and you bring us, not only you, many NGOs and NPOs are doing it right now, and we will collect it and give it to the Japanese-Palestinian Parliamentarian Friendship at the Diet. And those gentlemen and ladies, the members of this Diet members, will take these petitions and give them to the Japanese government.
Yeah, but the concern is PA, Hamas, they are divided. They don't like each other. They don't communicate, and that's wrong. I mean, your friend is, many of them are from Gaza, and I believe one of the diplomats here is from.
Yeah, all three of us are from Gaza.
Right, I mean, the same people. People in Gaza, people in West Bank, the same.
The battle right now, or the genocide, the ethnic cleansing, and the famine in Gaza is not Hamas or Fatah or whatever.
Right.
It's the Palestinian people.
Right.
So it's not about Hamas, it's not about Fatah, it's not about the PA,
Right.
it's about the Palestinian people that are suffering in Gaza and West Bank and issues.
Right.
So the narrative you are bringing up is an Israeli narrative. Because
Right, yeah.
Israeli narrative is always saying Hamas, PA, Hamas, PA, Hamas, PA, and people think that this is, that Hamas and PA are so powerful, they have an army and tanks and airplanes and all that. No, we have no weapons.
Right.
Our weapons were given to us in the Oslo Agreement, which is limited weapons for policing and for border control. So this is not between Palestinian issue. This is an Israeli committing genocide, ethnic cleansing, famine in Palestine. They are committing war crimes.
That was Israel's tactics to divide Palestine into two, Gaza and West Bank, West and East. So they have Israeli land in between, so they don't talk to each other.
Netanyahu has announced the other day, very clearly on TV. Israel is going for the greater Israel. The greater Israel is not including only Gaza and the West Bank and East Jerusalem. It includes Lebanon, it includes Syria, it includes Iraq, it includes parts of Saudi Arabia, it includes Jordan, it includes all the way from the Mediterranean all the way down to the Persian or the Arab Gulf.
So that is insane.
If you go online and you put online on Google, Greater Israel map, you can see it. This is what Netanyahu, this war criminal, just announced last week. And before that, he went to the United Nations with a map in his hand, and it says Israel. It doesn't say Palestine. It doesn't say any other country. It just says Israel in blue. That means, and the red is in different colors. That means he's going to take all of this. So what Gaza is going through for the past 2 years is standing up to the Israeli expansionism, the Zionism expansionism. Because if Gaza falls, that means Israel will continue on all these countries. So Gaza is standing up to the world, standing up to the Zionist movement and the Israeli movement for not allowing them to expand to the greater Israel.
Well, that's, I'm actually, getting sick to hear that. I mean, that is totally insane. Okay, so the last question, in the future, how do you see the state of Palestine will be built, and what part of land the state of Palestine will be built upon?
It has been written in international law and by the United Nations recognition and over 100, almost 50 countries right now. And next month in September, France, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, and other countries will recognize the state of Palestine. Why do they recognize the state of Palestine? On what basis? Well, it's based on the United Nations resolution that in 2012, the United Nations recognized the state of Palestine on the borders of 1967, including East Jerusalem. This is the borders of Palestine. So our borders have been set by international law. Israel today, and if you go on any Google, any books, you'll find that Israel has no borders because Israel is thinking of expansionism. And that's why Netanyahu last week said the greater Israel. They're taking more because they believe in the biblical narrative that this should be all by God gave them to them, and they will expand to the world. Not only that, and also in the narrative that you and me and others are human animals, are not humans. They are the only chosen people, and they are. And I'm not saying this because there is no proof. There is proof. The former Minister of Defense of Israel, which is accused also of a war crime, he said, we are fighting human animals. He's not only talking about the Palestinians, he's talking about anyone that stands in the face of Israel.
We are going to wrap up this conversation with you, showing you some of the signatures. So like this, here I have a paper. It's a paper, 20 people can sign up. Sometimes 17 years old. I think these signatures are only effective older than 18, but I still quote them anyway. So I've been standing in the street, going to all these events.
Well, you can stand in the street, or they can go online. You should make it online so they can sign online too. And
online petition is covered by change.org. I talked to some of the people there too. Maybe we should collaborate. What I've been doing is actually analog, not digital. It's real signature. Yes. That's more heartful.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think I call on all our Japanese friends. Please sign this petition. It's very important, so your voice will be loud, so you can stop the genocide, the ethnic cleansing, and famine in Gaza and Palestinian. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, for having time with me. Thank you, and I will keep collecting the signatures for.
Your name is called on love. What you make the stars all fade. Feel the beat and reach out to the morning sun. There's a light in the dark, can't you say, child is brave. Try to reach for